Alrighty, we got Miss Caitlyn Moyer in the house. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Can't complain.
Good.
What do you call it? So you're a dancer,
Yes.
and what do you say, fitness coach or a personal trainer?
Personal trainer, I'd say fitness enthusiast.
Fitness enthusiast.
All kinds of fitness.
Yeah, you're super into fitness. Like, out of all the people I know, you work out like not just one time, like multiple times a day.
Yes, I do.
Like, why do you do that?
It brings me all the endorphins, makes me feel good, makes me feel productive. A lot of the times I'm working out with other people too. So it's like when I hang out with my friends, we're working out. So I do my workout for myself, and then I'll be
But you're also like
go
hanging
on a
out with
hike.
people.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because you like hike like close to every day.
Yes, yeah.
And you usually do like an F45 workout, and then I'll see you in Santa Monica doing like some other type of workout.
Yes.
Like, does that not take like, for me, I feel like I just need one solid workout and maybe a little bit of cardio, and I'm good. My day's great. I feel like if I worked out that much, I'd just be drained for the entire day.
Yeah, somehow I think it's how I grew up. I would go to school, go to dance, and I'd literally be dancing all night, and then I'd go to sleep, and then go to school, go to dance. And so like I'm a constant go.
Yeah.
And once I was in high school, I started working out during the day. And so I'd have a workout during the day, and then I would go teach, and then I would dance all night, like intense dancing too.
Yeah.
And then on the weekends, I would travel to cities, and I would dance all of Friday, all of Saturday, all of Sunday, all hours until like 1 a.m. sometimes on Saturday night at conventions.
And just go, go, go.
So it's go, go, go.
Yeah.
So that's how I've learned to be productive, I guess.
And it's just like your way of life
my
now.
way of life, yeah.
Also, like, dancing's like a workout in itself too, right?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. So on days that I know I'm going to take a dance class, I'll do something a little more like strength-based in the morning, and then I'm like, okay.
That's like your
that's
cardio
good.
after.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because I see like dancers all the time. Like, a lot of our friends are dancers. My girlfriend's a dancer, right? And it makes it look so effortless, right? Like, it's just like they don't look like they're huffing and puffing. And like, I learned like a TikTok here and there. I took a couple dance classes at Playground before, and I'm gassed. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, you get into a different mental space.
Yeah.
Where you don't even have to think about your breathing. You're not thinking about the effort that goes into it. You're thinking about what you're emoting, like how you're feeling, and it's just a completely different world.
Yeah.
So that's what's nice, like doing a dance class versus a workout class. To me, in my mind, they're completely different things. I don't even view it as a workout,
Really?
even though you do get benefits from that. That's why like working out is a different aspect of my life.
Sure. How did you get into, I guess, dancing first? Because you danced before you worked out, right?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yes. So I started dancing when I was 3. My mom put me into one of those storybook ballet classes. So we would go and they'd read
storybook?
Storybook ballet.
What's a storybook ballet?
You read a storybook. You dress up as the character in the storybook, and you get to dance like them. And so like let's
what's
say,
an example of a storybook?
Cinderella. So you read Cinderella, you dress as Cinderella, they teach you some dance moves, but you're 3 years old. So really you're there to have fun, meet some friends, and jump around, pretend you're jumping over lily pads or whatever it is. Act like you're a ballerina. From there, continuously just kind of added different styles. So
Yeah, well, why did you like stick with dance at, I guess, when you're 3 years old? Because like, for example, my sister did like ballet and stuff, but like I think like 5 years in, she was like, fuck this shit, I don't enjoy it at all, you know?
Yeah.
And for example, like me, my parents put me in piano lessons, and I think 8 years in, I'm like, why the fuck am I doing this? I don't enjoy it, you know? So what like attracted you to like staying with it?
I mean, I was like that kid right away that knew everything, was in love with it. I was the one on stage being like, guys, it goes like this. We need to be doing this. You're doing it wrong. Okay. Like, come on, guys, let's pull it together.
Yeah.
And I also had a family that all danced.
Yeah.
So my brother was put in dance at the same time. So we'd go home and we'd dance. My mom would always be putting on different sing-along songs and dancing with us. My grandma danced, my aunts danced. So it was just kind of like part of our life.
Why is it such a big part of your family?
Honestly, I think my grandma loved to go to like sock hop and polka dancing.
Sock hop?
Yeah.
What's that?
So it's kind of just like, you're all just like dancing, you know, you take your shoes off, you're dancing. Like, it's just kind of what they called
sock
different
hopping?
things. Yeah. Okay. But they would go polka dancing a lot and like swing dancing.
Okay. I know what swing dancing is.
They do all of that. And that was kind of like their nights out. Like that's how they'd go out and have fun.
Nice.
And so
swing dancing's fun. I've done that a few times.
When I was younger, my grandma would put on the polka channel and she'd teach us how to polka. And so it's like something that you kind of knew was in your blood and your roots, and you're like, I enjoy this. Yeah. So you kind of just continue with it.
Yeah. So you started with Cinderella dancing.
Yes.
We'll call it that. Storybook dancing. And then what other dances have you learned like since?
So I got into tap and then jazz, and then slowly kind of added contemporary, lyrical, hip hop. I started point when I was 11.
Is point ballet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And in little point shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once I was 8 years old, I started competing, and that was when kind of the broad spectrum of doing more jazz and hip hop was introduced, and going to conventions and competitions. Yeah. So learning from bigger instructors that have more experience. And then from there, when I was 12, got onto a performing arts company that traveled the U.S. With the convention. And yeah, that's when I really was like, all right, if I'm committing to this, spending all my weekends dancing, this is what I want to do. And this is the goal. And hearing people's success stories was very inspiring.
Yeah. So I guess for the dance part, what is, I guess, for the competition aspect, like for someone who doesn't dance, it's kind of confusing when like you put moves together, right? And say someone does the exact same or like dances to a song, right?
Yes.
How can you like judge a dance of if it's better or worse if like they're both great dances, they're doing different techniques? Like how do you know one is better? Is it just subjective to like the judge?
So yeah, sometimes it is. So you'll go and compete against the same people. One time you might win, and one time the other person might win. Yeah. There's different categories. There's choreography. So if the person likes the choreography, or if they think the choreography is boring, they'll judge that. There is performance. So whether they think you're emoting, whether they think you're actually entertaining the audience, they'll judge that. There's also like costuming. So if they think the costume like matches the dance, if they think you look good, because
so these are the three core things that they judge it off of. So
and then there's technique.
Oh, okay, obviously technique.
Technique is obviously like the biggest
huge
category.
Yeah.
And some judges have less technique experience too, or they may have technique in tap, let's say, and so when they're judging the tap, they're going to be hardcore on you. Yeah. And let's say the next competition, you have a ballerina that is judging you. They're going to be so much harder on that technique than the tap teacher is. Okay. But the tap teacher might know how to perform better than this ballet teacher.
So is it not just one judge? Is it multiple judges with
usually three
different backgrounds?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes sense. Okay. And my second thing is, you could see a dancer, right? Or like two dancers. Yes. And they are doing the exact same choreography, but it looks like a totally different dance.
Yes.
Why is that? Why do you, I mean, you probably know better than me. Like I have no clue. Like I could tell it's different. I don't know why.
Yeah. So everyone kind of has their own personal style. You could be on top of the beat. You could be behind the beat.
Can you explain what that means?
Yeah. So there's something called the pocket in dance, where like you're dancing right at like the end or in the pocket of the beat. So somebody's going to hear it and then see you. So it makes more sense to their eye. Or you can dance on top of it.
So that's
where they see you first. Yeah.
Okay. So what you just said is in front of the beat. They'll hear it and then see you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the opposite. So if you're behind the beat, they'll hear the beat and then see you.
Okay. Got it.
So then you look like you're more relaxed and chill. Or somebody else could be high energy, kind of like more like pop artists will dance at the top of the beat. So they see your sharp picture and then they'll hear it and they'll be like, oh, this makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like more in your face.
Okay. And then in the pockets, like
it's more
with
like
the song?
Yes, with the song, more chill. Another way is texture dynamic. So you could see somebody dancing and they could have no texture, no dynamic. The whole thing will be flatline. And
what do you mean by texture and dynamic? I'm so sorry.
Texture and dynamic. So let's say at one point in the choreography, you're hitting hard and then all of a sudden you go slow.
Okay.
And you're just, it's a different energy.
Okay.
Your energy can be high, it can be low.
Is it kind of like for like music, classical music, it's like loudness and softness? Like,
yes. So it can be partly that, or like, when you play the piano, like really soft.
Yeah.
Or like you're like hitting those keys.
Yeah.
It can be like that.
Okay.
Or like in fitness, slow twitch and fast twitch.
Twitch muscles, okay.
Yeah. Those kind of things. That changes your movement.
Yeah.
So the goal usually is to have a lot of dynamic in your movement, so you actually are interesting to watch.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah.
I learned something today. So what are you going to do with dance? Like, what's the ultimate goal? Obviously, like you said, growing up, you were like, I'm doing this a shit ton. Like, I'm like, this is what I want to do. Right.
Yeah.
And so is it still that? Yeah. Where's that going? Where's that going?
Definitely. I have a few goals within dance. I would
You didn't go, did you go to high school?
I went to high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
You went to high school.
I just didn't go to college.
Okay.
I didn't go to college.
Got it.
Did the high school.
You did the high school. I wasn't.
I was barely there because of dance.
Yeah, because you said you traveled
missed
all the
almost
time.
every Friday, and then my senior year, I took the last block of class to go start teaching.
Okay.
Dance, and then I'd miss almost every Friday. So
Sure.
barely there. People thought I didn't go to the school anymore. But I have the goal.
That sounds so awesome, by the way.
Like
I look back at my high school and I stressed so heavy with like AP classes, all this stuff that like when I look back at it right now, I'm like, why the fuck did I do that?
Yeah, it's really interesting. My senior year, I fully dove into. I had 3 anatomy classes. I had medical occupations.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if I wanted to do like physical therapy or something like that. And then I had 2 gym classes. And I had like graphic designs. So I knew everything that I took my senior year was like, this is what you're going to need to know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And the other one was like drama. So had to do with dance. Yeah.
Before you get into your goals, how did you know, or like what triggered you to be like, oh, like I'm going to take these classes because this is what I want to do? Like, for example, me, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I took a ton of shit in different categories that I'm like, maybe one will hit. Yeah. So like, how did you know? I
think I was thrown into fitness classes very early on. Our dance team would like go and do like fitness. So I loved it. And I was always the best in the class because I actually cared and everybody else was like, this sucks.
Where was home again?
I hate this. Madison, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Okay.
Yes. At Synergy Dance Academy. We would take classes and I instantly loved the fitness aspect of it, and I was really interested anytime we would do any kind of anatomy and learning about the muscles and all that. And then physical therapy. Yeah. Learning that you can recover your own body and prevent injury. We learned so much injury prevention.
How old were you here?
Oh, this is when I was a sophomore.
In high school?
Yeah.
I wish I learned that shit.
Yeah, no, I went
crazy.
to
That's super cool.
Yeah, I went to a ballet intensive in Chicago and like stayed there through the summer, and they had an injury prevention with a physical therapist that would show us like slides and everything on how we can
like actual scientific anatomy on like how to That's so cool.
Yeah, so I was like, I love this. I was writing all the notes and like seeing that other people didn't enjoy it as much. And ironically, my mom went to school for kinesiology.
No, that's awesome.
So it kind of just like also runs in the family as well. Yeah. So I found that like pretty early on.
Okay. So back to the goals.
For
dance.
With dance, I would love to be in as many like live performances. I'd love to go on a tour. I don't really have a specific person I'd like to. Most likely it'd be like pop, because that would be more my energy. Yeah. If you know me, I'm high energy.
She's super upbeat.
Yes. And then I'd love to be in movies. I'd love to do
like dance movies.
Dance movies, yeah.
In
so
movies.
like when they did like
Step
Grease
Up
Live,
5.
that yes, any of that. Like when they did La La Land.
Okay.
Amazing Mrs. Maisel. They have dancers
Mrs.
in
Maisel
that.
is one of my favorite TV shows. I fuck with
it's
it
amazing.
heavy.
And I love like the time frame and all of that. I'd love to work. I love working on set, being on sets. So that's definitely a goal as well.
Awesome. What do you call it? You danced recently, New Year's, for like Bruno Mars, right?
Yeah,
was
that was
like,
definitely
was
fun.
that super fun? Did you?
So fun. Yeah. So we did. That was with E+. We did a whole New Year's show at Aria Hotel, and then we had like a special guest at midnight that was going to come out and dance with us, and he sang, and I was lucky enough he came up to me.
Was he the special guest?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we didn't know it was going to be him until like 30 minutes before.
Yeah, he was right next to you the whole time.
Yeah. So he came up to me and started dancing, and he's like, let's do this. And I was like, okay, let's do this. I'm not going to say no to you. So that was like the best way to ring in the year. Yeah.
What do you call it? So have you ever had like, I guess up to your dance career right now, like something that you're like, oh, this is something that I wouldn't expect, or like you were nervous to do, like extreme, like it's like a super big fangirl of somebody?
I mean, this is like kind of random. Like not really like having to do. There's other things that have more to do with that. But one time I was teaching little kids at a preschool, and this mom walks in with sunglasses on. This is in LA, in Silver Lake. And I'm like teaching these kids, whatever. And all of a sudden the mom takes off her sunglasses, and it's Kristen Bell.
Oh, shit.
And I've been teaching her kids for like 3 months now. Had no idea. She watches my entire class. And, like, I am a huge Kristen Bell fan. I listen to Armchair Expert by Dax Shepard. Yeah. And I was literally like, wait, what is happening? Ironically, I also played Anna for the Frozen 2 show at El Cap. Okay. Which Kristen Bell is Anna.
Oh,
so
I didn't know
it was
that.
this like whole thing. Yeah. So I love little things like that where you're like, oh, things that like you don't always appreciate, like teaching. You have a bigger impact than you think for, I mean, any kid matters, but all of a sudden you're like, wait, I'm teaching who? What?
Yeah. It's funny with teaching, or like especially like younger kids. Yeah. Too, because like I've had like younger clients who are for personal training. Yeah. And what you do, say, correct, or whatever to them is way more impactful than you think.
Definitely.
Like
it's crazy.
I received a text message on my birthday from this kid that I coach. His name is Ian. He was like, hey dude, like happy birthday. I just want to let you know you've been a huge mentor in my life. I thank you for teaching me how to work out and like all of that. And I was like, whoa, like, yeah, I didn't know I was that to you.
Exactly.
You know?
And that's what's really cool. Sometimes going back home, there's a lot of girls that are now, I think around like 12, 13 that I would work with like one-on-one in the summers. And now seeing them like grow into like young adults, you're like, oh my gosh. And then when they look up to you and they like admire what you do, you're like, oh, I don't even live near you, and I'm still in your life, and I love that. Yeah. And I love that I can like still be a part of your life from afar, 2,000 miles away. Yeah. Yeah.
So why did you move to LA?
I've been coming here since I was 11, I believe, to dance in the summers, and I like fell in love. Like,
yeah, that's what Kiana said too. Like, is LA like the dance hub of the world?
It is in the aspect of like commercial dance. Okay. So if you're more like Broadway theater,
that's like New York.
That's New York. Okay. Commercial dance, it's LA, and that's where all my mentors lived. Mm-hmm. So it's like you came to LA, like we would always do the little LA things that I would never do now, like going to Hollywood Boulevard. I'm like, I don't just go to Hollywood Boulevard now, or like going to the Hollywood sign.
I don't think I've actually walked the Hollywood Star.
You've never
I've
done
never
that?
done that.
Okay, yeah. No, I've definitely done that like multiple times.
Because I drive by it and I'm just like, this isn't as pretty as the movies show it.
No, it makes if you do all of the stereotypical things, it makes LA look very dumpy, I would say.
I know, right?
And then now, like, I've discovered that everything that LA has to offer, you can go from the mountains to the ocean to the city in one day. I've done that a lot. And knowing that, like, I'm in a city that I can do all those things, I think that's
it's very diverse. Yeah, for sure. Caitlyn showed me, like, we live in the valley in LA, so it's basically like midway from the beach in downtown. Is that accurate?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And I didn't know there was like hikes in the valley. I was just like, oh, this place is just a valley.
Yeah.
And I thought every time I wanted to go on a hike, I would drive 40 minutes to Santa Monica. And what's the hike that you took me on the first time?
Fryman Canyon.
Yeah, Fryman Canyon. And I was like, oh, this is like a cool little couple miler. Yeah. And you can knock it out in less than an hour, and then you're done. You're good.
Yeah. It's so fun. I literally will do it every day because it's right by where F45 is. And I'll walk up it because it's like pretty steep at the beginning.
Yeah, I never asked. How did you get into F45?
F45 Christina
was like, yeah, what's up?
Yeah, well, I saw that she was like a coach there, and then like I came and she was asking if people wanted to come take classes. So I started taking classes, and I wanted to start working closer because I was working in Pasadena and Burbank. So
what were you doing over there?
I was at Spenga.
I don't know what that is.
Spin, strength, and yoga all in one workout.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I loved it there, but it was a trek.
Yeah.
Getting all the way over there. So I was like, hey, I want to start working over here. And it was a very simple process of starting to work there. And then I met all you guys, and I fell in love, and I was like, this is great.
We have a great team.
Definitely.
What do you call it?
And the members.
The first time I met Caitlyn, she was just like on top of her shit in like coaching. So she always shows up like 15 minutes early. Like she's always like right on the dot. She shows up on time. Like anything she says, like she does, right? And then I found out that like she's pretty young. How old do you know? 23. And I don't know any other 23-year-old who's like you. I'm dead ass. And how did you become this way? Because I have friends who are like my age, who aren't on time, who forget the plans, whatever. I have friends who are 10 years older than me, who forget plans, who are never on time, and just super unorganized, and so on and so forth. Younger, older, like across the spectrum. And I'm very impressed with you, like all the time when you're just always on top of your shit. Like how do you think you became that way?
Well, I started traveling with the dance convention at 12. On that convention, we had to work the competition. So as a 12-year-old, I had to act like I was this adult guiding everyone around. So guiding like studio owners, like parents, like telling them what they're supposed to be doing. And so once you step into that maturity, I kind of just kept going. And I loved listening to adult conversations. But I was just like, if I was at a family event, I'd be like, I'm going to sit with the adults. Yeah. I'm going to listen. So I've always just kind of had that aspect of me. And in my day-to-day, I've always found myself wanting to, I guess, be on top of things and be mature. So that kind of came fast. And then with being on time, honestly, it's like anxiety. I mean, like if I'm late for something, you'll notice. Like today, like literally that happened today. There was a car crash on the 101. There's nothing you can do when there's a car crash on the 101. You're just stuck. So me over here calling Kevy like, I was supposed to be there on time, but I'm going to be late. And he's like, I haven't even left yet. It's like way before class is going to start. What are you talking about? And I'm like, well, I'm trying to get there. And so, that's definitely like more, I know how I need to be, and like getting there on time will make me chill and have a good time versus being like high stress. It definitely does.
Because like, not being on time is super stressful. And the only reason why like I'm like on time and like pretty good with like calendars and everything like that is because of sports growing up. Like my golf coach growing up, he's like 5 minutes early is 10 minutes late. And if we didn't show up 15 minutes early, like he would make us like run. And I'm like, this is golf, bro. Like we don't why we don't run? He's like, well, you're gonna run.
I learned it. So my grandpa was a coach.
Okay.
So he coached basketball, like college level.
Okay.
And so he was the one that took us to school every day growing up. If we did not get out the door in time for him to get us to school on time,
He would leave.
he would be
He would just be
mad.
pissed. Okay.
Yeah. Like he's like, what do you got? Like, come on. And then when he would take us to dance, it would be the same thing. So it's like, he definitely like, it's like, come on guys.
Let's
go.
Let's
because
go.
I mean, once I got to probably 10, 11 years old, you get to that age where like, I want to sleep now. So then you wake up super late for school and you just are like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, it's fine.
It's fine.
And then it was like, no, it's not fine.
No.
You're not allowed to do this if I'm taking you to school. You're not going to be late. So then that kind of whipped me into shape.
I feel like having those like figures or like grandparents, parents, like especially like now as adults, like you're kind of that for yourself. Like the alarm goes off, you're like, you kind of have to say those words to yourself in the morning. You're like, all right, get the fuck up, bro. Like you got something to do.
Yeah. Especially it helps too when like this morning I was thinking more about the members. I'm like, I don't want them to think that I like slept in. I don't want them to think that like I didn't care about them to get there on time, to open the gym, to be there. Yeah. That's the worst feeling. Like,
even though they probably don't.
No.
It's like,
that's what's in your head.
That's what's in your head.
Yeah. You're like, no, I care about you more than that. Like, you're not going to skip your workout because of me.
Yeah. What do you call it? So you said when you were younger, you were inspired to become a dancer, right? To do all these things and heard all these stories. Is there any specific person or story that you heard that like, oh, like, I want to be that. I want to do that. So,
one that we would hear a lot growing up, Jamie King went to my original dance studio.
I don't know who Jamie King is.
Jamie King was a choreographer for Britney Spears. And also a Britney Spears dancer. And choreographer for Michael Jackson and a Michael Jackson dancer.
Oh.
Yeah. Shit. So he wasn't at our studio long, but he started at my original studio, Westside Performing Arts.
Got it.
And then Joe Tremaine, who is the Tremaine Dance Conventions, is who I traveled with growing up. Okay. So the head of that, Joe Tremaine, the owner, he had Jamie come out and like moved in with him, had him in the program, and then he was so successful. And I'm like, this guy that came from Wisconsin went to a high school right by mine. Yeah. Did the thing. So why can't I do the thing? Yeah. So it's like, all right, I'm all in.
It's super funny because like when you hear success stories so close to your actual home, it's like, it makes it more real for you.
Definitely.
Like this guy who I grew up golfing with, he's, I think, the number 5 golfer in the world right now. We practiced right next to each other like every single day. And he is worth like millions of dollars now. And I was like, I saw his work ethic. Right. Yeah. I saw him practice every day. It's doable. It's doable if you put in like the work and the effort, all that stuff. And I don't think I would have that mentality if I didn't like know that he was from my area type of deal. Yeah. Because like I don't know your hometown, but mine was kind of like a small hometown. Like everyone kind of knows each other. Like I'll go into a restaurant and I will definitely know somebody.
Yeah. Mine's similar to that, where it's not like, it's not huge. It's not like tiny where like your cousins are going to be all over where you're going. Sure. No, but it's like our high school was like 2,000. So not like huge. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely when you see people closer to the same kind of situation you're in, just take advantage of all the opportunities that they have. No. You're like, oh, all right, so I need to find those opportunities and go for it. Yeah. And so that was definitely something I was grateful for, having 100%. Having, I don't know, like different inspirations come to me that were close to home. Yeah.
I feel like inspiration in general is like just good for anybody. Like I listen to like inspirational talks while I work out and stuff.
Oh, definitely. When I go on my hikes, I literally listen to podcasts that are talking about like how you can be inspired to be a better you, and like
it's so corny, but
things.
it's
amazing.
It helps.
It does help. And like especially when you're in like a roadblock, and then all of a sudden you're like, that's the motivation I needed
to do X,
do
Y,
the next
Z.
thing. Yeah. Especially after like working out or going on a hike, you're a little lethargic, you're a little tired.
It's easy to get demotivated. Is that right? Demotivated in LA, I think, too, because I feel like you get a lot of no's.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
definitely. And almost every single, like, especially now that it's like more self-tapes, you don't get to like show yourself off as often to get that yes. It's more like a self-tape that you're like, I don't even know how I felt about this. And then you hear nothing. And you're just like,
well, shit.
All right. Well,
cool.
On
Thanks,
to the next gig.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
for sure.
But you just have to know what is right for you. And that's something with the Beachbody job that I did with Shanti, Let's Get Up. I had originally gotten a different role in it, that I was going to be just working for like a week, doing rehearsals with them. And it was like, you're on hold still, but like, you're going to be doing this. It was called Cameo. And then the week before we left to Maui, I was told, you're going to Hawaii. And I was like, I didn't even know they were going to Hawaii. All right, I'm down.
Awesome.
I left my month open. So you never know when that no is going to be a yes later on.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Because you might send in something and they're like, you're not right for this, but this project we're going to do, you're going to be the star. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
That's
Back to
cool.
dance real quick.
Yeah.
I'm curious about the creativity of dance, because I feel like for me, if I throw on music, I get super high. I'll jam out to a tune, right? It looks ridiculous. So if you had a camera like in the corner, you're like, what the fuck is that guy doing? Like, I'm just jumping around being silly. But like, for example, I'll see Kiana and she'll throw on a song and she's just chilling and these crazy moves come out or like whatever. It's super creative. And like, that's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of dancers who we know can do that. I'm assuming you can do that as well. Like how do you come up with like the movements that you react to from a song or something like that? Because I'm assuming that happens.
Yeah. So, I mean, growing up, or not even growing up, you can learn them whenever. You have this vocabulary of movements or a dictionary of all these different movements, but then there's the transitions to put one move to the other, and that's what's yours. That's what the artistry is. That's what makes somebody look good. Because you could, like, step touch, and then you go into another move.
I'm pretty good at that.
Oh, I bet you are. But like, really, you have to just listen to the music and let your body do it. Do the thing. Steps.
Yeah.
That's not impressive. Anybody can do a step touch.
Yeah.
But it's how you do it and how you're matching it to the music and how you're feeling and how you are kind of letting go of your control and just letting what naturally feels good to you happen. That's what makes a dancer versus anybody can try to dance.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Kind of explained it.
Yeah. No, I'm just every time that I see like some sort of creativity, like I'm a big fan of creativity, right? And
definitely me too.
Yeah. And I grew up not kind of like pigeonholed into not being creative.
Okay.
Just because like, how you said your family is like are dancers. They're creative people. Like mine aren't. Like the closest thing's my dad's an architect and he never really explained like the art behind it. So I didn't really get to experience that. But like I come from a family of nurses and people who flip houses, stuff like that. Right. So I didn't really come from a creative background, but I always appreciated it. And I feel like what I'm doing is like a lot more creative now.
Yeah.
And if it's dance or comedy or a lot of my friends are actors, like it's cool to see. And I'm just interested in the process of like how it happens because like everyone's different. Some honestly like aren't that great, but when I see like a spark of greatness, I'm like, yo, how did that happen?
How did that happen? Yeah.
Like, that's cool.
Everybody kind of has their own process, but a lot of the times when I'm like choreographing something, I'll listen to the music. I'll kind of take the different parts of the music. So it might be like the drums or like the bass, the lyrics, and then maybe there's some kind of string instrument. And you see how you can move to the different parts of the music but blend it together. So you're allowing everybody to hear the full body of the music rather than just the lyrics.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because I'll watch a music video and I'm like, I didn't even hear that beat until he stopped on that beat.
Exactly.
Or she, you know.
Exactly. And that's your goal. Your goal is to bring the music to life so everybody can hear how beautiful the actual full range of the music is.
And it's crazy because I didn't know dancers is like a thing until I met Kev.
Yeah.
Because he dated a lot of dancers. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, dancing's a thing? Like, they do it for a career, a living?
They live and do that?
But then I realized, like, every single music video that I've rewatched, every single, like, big concert, there's dancers.
It's crazy, like...
And I was like, what
Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, they all started as dancers.
And I was like, what would this experience be, me as, like, a consumer of this art form? What would it be like without the dancers? Right?
Exactly.
And I'm just like, I don't think it would be as good.
No.
Right?
No, and that's one thing that we're trying to kind of push in the dance industry is showing that the dancers are necessary in order for the performance to be entertaining. Yes, you can be great solo without a dancer, and there's certain singers that like live for that, and that's great.
Yeah.
But it's not the same thing as putting on a production. If you go some like the Super Bowl, that was a big topic this year.
Oh yeah, about how not getting paid.
Let's make sure the dancers get paid because they are half the show. The artist half the time doesn't look that great without the dancer. They can sing great, they might sound great, but they might not look great without support and energy around them.
Yeah, I don't think 50 Cent could pop up moves like you guys do.
I mean...
I was crying when he popped down from Upside Down.
Yeah, no, that was great.
I was like, what is that?
Yeah, no, but if he didn't have all those girls around him dancing in that box, it wouldn't have been the same picture. It
wouldn't have been the same. Exactly. It wouldn't have been like the same experience in the stadium or on TV. Yeah.
Yeah, it's surprising sometimes how many people you'll find in life that they'll be like, oh yeah, no, I was a dancer. And you're like, oh, that's how you're good at this.
Yeah.
They always say, Joe Tremaine, who I grew up traveling with, would always say dance training is life training. And
what do you mean by that?
So everything you learn as a dancer and the etiquette, the hard work, the discipline will help you in life. And it is training for life. And I feel like the fact that I could move out here at 18 and I'm still here and just been dancing and working out.
Yeah, that's impressive. I couldn't imagine coming out here at 18 with like just trying to like survive and like make it work. Like, I'm very impressed. That's awesome.
No, it was definitely overwhelming at times, and I've seen definitely been through different stages of LA to me, and just surrounding yourself with the right people is so key.
So key, especially here. Yeah. What's the hardest experience you've had in LA?
Ooh, hardest experience I've had in LA. Well, most of the time it's with my cars. Let's just say
Kate just got in a car accident. Yeah. She's okay. I'm pretty sure she's okay.
I'm great. I'm great. I'm living my life.
But her car looks like a squished hamburger sandwich. I don't know.
Pretty much. Yeah. There's that. When I first moved out here, I had a little yellow Beetle.
Oh, I could see you rocking a yellow Beetle.
No, like, and now my car's blue, so it's all about like the aesthetic.
Kate's trying to pop out over here. She has a yellow, and her car is a bright blue, like blinding bright blue.
Yeah, my favorite color. So that car, I had broken down in Beverly Hills before in the middle of the street.
Shit.
Had to get towed all the way over here. That also happened when I was in like Silver Lake, so like nowhere near where I lived. I lived in North Hollywood at the time. My other car, I had gotten multiple flat tires. One time I ran out of gas. I'm really bad about that. And my new car, not going to run out of gas. I'm not going to do it. I'm promising you now.
Knock on wood, I've never ran out of gas, but I know plenty of people who have like ran out of gas. And I'm like, how do you run out of gas,
So I had a 4 a.m. shift in Pasadena, opening the gym.
Yeah.
I ran out of gas on my way when I was on the I was on the freeway, so I had to like exit and like slide to the side.
Yeah.
Me being like, it's 4 a.m. and I don't want to call AAA.
Yeah.
I ran 1.5 miles and got gas and ran back and filled my car.
That's fucking impressive. Honestly,
Yeah.
It's quicker than AAA, honestly.
Yes, exactly. No, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I need to get to work. So I ran and got the gas, came back to my car, accidentally left my phone on the side of the road.
Oh, sick. Was it still there?
Still there.
Okay.
Yeah. But I had to run on the side of like the freeway.
Hey, that's not too
grab
tough. Some people got it like rough out here when they moved out here. Like, a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck. A lot of people have car problems. Like, it's...
Yes. No, I've been blessed with the opportunities, the people.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the biggest thing, I have family out here. My brother's out here. So if I get in it to any situations, it's like you still have somebody to call.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing. It's like making sure
Being
you have
alone
close people
yeah.
that like you're like, hey, I need help today.
Can we hang out? Can we talk?
Yeah. Can we do
shit?
something?
Yeah.
If you don't have that, it's hard.
Yeah.
You also need to talk through, you might go through an experience where you just feel like crap because everybody here is at the top of their game, at the top of whatever they do. They came here for a reason because they think they're good at what they do, and they most likely are very good at what they do.
It's just being good at, I don't know, for me, being good at something in my hometown and being good in LA. It's totally different. It's like best of the best are out here.
Yeah, and you don't realize it sometimes.
Yeah.
Most times.
You
do not realize until you leave and then come back again. You're like,
oh.
Got it.
Got it.
And that can be a mental game. And so you need those days that you just talk through it with your friends and you're like, you're in the same spot as I am? Great. Cool. Let's just talk about it. Yeah. Let's have a good day. Let's have a chill day.
Yeah.
Off social media, off whatever it is, like work.
Yeah.
And that helps. That helps a lot.
Yeah. I usually take I haven't in the last 2 years, but usually I go to a backpacking trips 2 years ago and before for 3 to a week where you have no phone service. You're just hiking, setting up.
All right. So when are we doing this?
You want to?
Let's do it. I've wanted to do it for so long.
Yeah. I what's it called? I did, it's called the Something Peak Trail, and it's the second darkest sky in the world. Wow. So you wake up and there's no one for miles, and then you look up at the sky and the stars are so bright because there's no smog, no nothing. Yeah, and you just feel so small. And then you realize all this bullshit that you're dealing with every single day. Yeah. Your auditions or whatever. You're it's not that big of a deal.
It's just all noise.
It's all noise. Life. And you're out here, you're smelling the beautiful trees, everything like that. You're in a fucking tent, and the only thing that you could do is walk and be present and enjoy that. Your phone doesn't work. Even if you wanted to look at your phone, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. So it's why? Yeah. Maybe take a picture, but enjoy.
I'm down to do it. We'll plan something. Yeah. But I think those trips are that space is important because you could just get stuck in your day-to-day life.
Yes.
And it's cool, but this hustle and bustle and trying to make it into someone or something or achieving this or achieving that is awesome, but it's not that important.
Exactly. I think so. That is one way to get out of it. But also when I was living in Japan and 12 hours.
I didn't even know you were living in Japan. What the fuck? Yeah. Why were you living in Japan?
You didn't know this?
No.
Yeah, no, I lived in Japan for around 8 months. I worked at Tokyo Disney. I was Wendy and so I flew around and had a great time.
What did you do?
So I was, it was a partner aerialist. So we had a 2-point harness that connected up to 1 point. So it was all partnering. You pushed, turned, flew, all of the fun things, kind of as you're dancing in the air.
Yeah.
Very hard, but very fun.
Okay.
And it was in their parade for their 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
So that was really fun. But also Japan, amazing. I would literally get on the train. I'd randomly get off and figure out what I was going to do for the day, go on a hike, go to a temple. And that was amazing. It was very safe there, so I felt comfortable doing it. Yeah. Everybody's probably wait, what? But I'd travel alone because nobody had the same off day as me. So I'd just explore Japan and one of my favorite places, we went to Hakone. This one, my brother actually was able to come with me. It's the onsen, or like the hot spring capital of Japan.
Yeah.
And so we just went to different hot springs, different hikes, and, you know, enjoyed your time. And because of the time difference, you're so disconnected from what is happening in the U.S. that it's literally like a little light switch being like, you're so small compared to what's happening in the world. Yeah. And like people in different countries and all of that, that you don't need to think that hard about just, you know, what's happening in LA and like think that seriously about it. It's like, no, just live your life, do your thing. Don't be obsessed with the phone. Yeah. Yeah. That even was though, definitely.
Even though what I guess we're trying to do involves a lot of like social media and all this stuff. So it's like, it's a give and take.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I think there's the put it out there, spread your message, make as many, for me, I'm like, I want to make as many people smile and live a healthy life as possible. And that's my goal with anything that I'm posting, anything that I'm doing. Yeah. And from there, it's like connections and interactions, and then being able to meet more people to make an impact on their life, and they make an impact on my life.
Speaking of connections, how did you get, because you're very connected in the fitness world in like LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how did that happen? Was it all on social media? Because like out of like all the people in fitness, like for example, like I got a good amount of clients, or I used to too, and they've been with me for a long time. I had them since like UCLA, but they aren't like part of the fitness world per se, and like they help me out in terms of like financially. I've been with them, it's great, cool, but like I never promote myself, anything like that. But you like all these brands and stuff, like for example, like you've been connected with, you're doing events like with Melon, you're with your Fit Girls LA, and your Noco, your Barbell, you know, all that stuff. How do you connected into that? Because there are a ton of people who like want to do that. Yeah. You know?
So, originally most of those things started through social media, but then once I started, it was originally with Roan. I went to events. Jameson helped us kind of get all together. He creates these communities. And then that went to Melon, started a community. And then you connect with so many people that do different things throughout LA in fitness. Yeah. And then once you make those connections, you're like, hey, come to this. Hey, come to that. You're like, yeah, cool. Awesome. You're great people. I want to do that. So within that community, it kind of like brought more and more people together, where it went to Noco, went to Melon, Barabells, met more people. And then I go to as many events as I can to be a part of the fitness community in LA. Yeah. So I would go to the Fit Girl Club's events, make connections there, started working with them, and from there have made more connections to then go to other events. Yeah. And then people notice that like you're a part of that community. It seems huge, and it is huge in a sense, but it's also people want to be connected in person. So if you want to be a part of it, you have to show up. Yeah. You have to go, and it's not always easy. It is not always easy. Like you have to move around your schedule sometimes. Like yesterday I went to Culver City to go to an opening of a new place called Solid Core. Oh my God, I love the workout. I am more sore than like I have been in
Pilates class?
Months. Yeah. Okay. Literally. And I'm like, oh my God, my body hurts. But I got a free workout, got great new friends, connections. They're going to open another one next week here in Hollywood. And that is just how it goes. And then all of a sudden, maybe I'll start going there and meet some more cool people. Yeah. And so it's really that in-person connection. People enjoy that.
Yeah. That's awesome. I guess my curiosity with that is, like, what's your desire to go to all these things? Because like from my perspective, right, I like my like circle of fitness friends, right? Yeah. You're in the circle, and I'm okay with that. Like that's it. Like it's cool. I feel like me spending my energy to all these other things is not very beneficial to me. And that's just to me, right? And I guess my question to you is like, besides like meeting new people that are, besides meeting new people, like what is your benefit from that? Because what does it take from you? It takes away your time. It takes away a ton of scheduling stuff. Yeah. You have to drive all these places. You probably don't get paid for it.
No, usually
right?
not.
Usually not. And
usually it's like you're paid with brand stuff.
Brand stuff, like clothing or like whatever. It, like in the grand scheme of things, like what's it doing for you?
Honestly, it's building a community of people that genuinely know me because I've either met them multiple times or they actually see me in person versus like a social media, I guess, face. Yeah. And so because they know me, they start supporting me and supporting who I am and what I'm promoting. And then from there, if people see that somebody of importance in the fitness community or of a respected person in the fitness community is supporting me, then other people are more willing to support me, or like the people that are supporting them are like, oh, who's this? And honestly, I'm all about connections. I love meeting new people and like trying new things. And right now I'm kind of in a space where I want to live my life. I always am like work, go. Yeah. And so this past like few months, I'm like, all right, what new things can I learn? Yeah. So I started going to a boxing personal trainer.
Oh, heck yeah.
Started like boxing with my friends, got a surfboard, started going to like some acro yoga stuff, started trying new things, went to Pilates, like where I don't take Pilates often. So it's really also the new experiences that then help me
become like a
better, more
person.
Well-rounded. Yeah. Also know what niche I'm in.
Yeah.
Because in the fitness community, it's kind of hard. It's like, great, you do F45 functional training. Well, that's F45.
Yeah.
Well, okay, great. You go and you take yoga. Awesome. So you can work with this yoga company. But I want to make something that's mine and my own energy, my own creation of a workout that kind of comes with everything that I've learned from different workouts that I've done. So that's another thing that I get out of it. I learn what I like and what I don't like and how I want to make it my own.
Yeah. It also makes you like a better, per se, like trainer. Yeah. Because, for example, I chase whatever you just said right now, like living your life. It's basically just chasing what you like, your curiosities, right? And like my old roommates were dentists, right?
Yeah.
They basically or I guess one of them, I'm just going to go in on one, just wanted to be an expert at like dentistry, just be really good at that. And then he worked out during the day, but that was it, right? And he was like, why the fuck are you slacklining, dude? Like, why are you like learning why are you learning how to juggle in our apartment right now? I'm just, I don't know. Like, it's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And like, obviously there's the motor skills that help you with coordination and everything like that. But there's a beauty in like getting good at something that you didn't know how to do and sucked at.
Exactly. I hate being bad at something. So like that was with boxing. Like when I went for the first time to like the personal trainer, and they're like, yeah, like you need to work on this. You're like bouncy. You're like going too hard. I'm like, well, now I'm going to get good at this. Yeah. I want to be good at this. And it's something that working your brain in that way makes you better in other aspects of life too. Yeah. And I think that's something sometimes in fitness, if you're not pushed hard in a workout that you do every single day, like let's say I only worked out at one place, that isn't pushing my brain and making me feel uncomfortable. Yeah. Feeling uncomfortable and feeling like something's new to you, you know you're growing. Yeah. And I like live for growing and change, and you don't know where you're going to find it next, which I love.
Yeah, some people, it gives them anxiety and stuff. Yeah. But like, yeah, I feel like the unknown of like the future is kind of awesome. Yeah. Like if you just stay present in like the things that you're doing and enjoying it, I feel like it's just gonna naturally be okay.
Exactly.
But some people get mad I said that. Some people are gonna be like, I need to know my plan. I need to know what I'm gonna do.
Well, so one time I was going on a music video shoot, and the manager or the director, I think it was the manager of like the record company. Okay. Calls me the night before and is like, hey, I've been looking on your Instagram page. See, you have these boxing gloves. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, so you box? And I'm like, yeah, kind of. And he's like, all right, so we're going to change directions. We don't do this often. You don't see many girls that box, and especially in music videos. So we're going to have you be a boxer tomorrow. And I was like, sick. All right, sounds good. So I was on this set boxing, and he's just calling out numbers. He's like 1 2 1 2 hook, 1 2 3 hook. Like he just yelling out things at me, and I'm just like, all right, here we go. And just because I had that other trait, it gave me an edge that he really liked.
That's cool.
And that was just different.
Yeah.
And so you never know when somebody's gonna be like, hey, can you do this? And you're like, actually, yeah, I can.
Yeah.
And they're like gonna love it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we need a bartender that can juggle.
Yeah. There
you go.
Yeah, you're
They're
right.
gonna be paid an extra $1,000 for that.
Yeah, you never know what could happen.
You never know. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you call it for fitness? You're very like well-rounded functionally, or I guess in general for fitness. Like, do you have any, I guess, like fitness goals?
Fitness goals. Yeah, I've been thinking about that.
Like,
because
is it something that, like, for me, like, I want to be able to do a backflip consistently. I'm not close. Aesthetically, I want to get down to like sub 10% by summer. That's it. Like, yeah. So, what about you?
For me, it kind of goes back and forth sometimes with the people I'm around, which then gets confusing. So
you're like, everything. I want to be good.
I want to be good at it all. So honestly, more recently, I figured out my goal. Usually it's, okay, what is going to help me be a better performer, dancer, strengthen me in that way? And I'd love to be able to do more of the acro handstands, be very functional and strong, because I know I already have a strong
right now.
Right now?
No, not right now.
Oh, no. I was like, you want me to do it now?
No.
I mean, I can hold it for a bit, but like I would like to be able to hold it for like a minute, 2 minutes, where like right now it's maybe like 30 seconds.
Oh, that's still good.
I'm really good at headstands. I can hold that forever. I'm good at headstands too.
Yeah,
you are.
The thing with handstands, though, you have to have really good wrist mobility, and you have to have really good shoulder and lat mobility.
Yep. That's what I need to get better at.
All those I suck at. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, no. So things like that, because I would love to be able to be hired in a show, because I've already done aerialist stuff. I'd love to be able to be hired in a show where I get to do cool tricks, because I know I'm strong.
Yeah.
I know that's a strong suit of mine that I'm really good at partnering.
Yeah.
So I know that is another thing. But if I can't, partnering is like a guy lifts you in the air. You're like
you're
working with somebody else.
Also, Caitlyn is actually one of the strongest females ever. Like in F45, she is half the time lifting more than me, and like you wouldn't even look. No, it's accurate. It is accurate, and it's just like you wouldn't expect it. So like, be careful. She might throw a right hook at you. Be
careful. Oh, it's coming. So just being able to be given a task on a set with like a partnering or like a stunt, I'd love to be able to just be like, yeah, I got that. Yeah. No problem.
No problem. Versus like
not being strong enough for it, not having the confidence in it, because that's the big thing. I think a lot of the times right now, it's like, I'll be like, somebody will say, oh, can you hold this handstand? We're going to get a picture of you. This happened the other day at a photo shoot. Oh, you can do all that handstand stuff. Let's do it. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to hold it for long. But like me saying that made me probably not do it as well as I could have. Yeah. If I could just tell myself, yeah, I do this every single day. Or yeah, I've been able to hold it for a minute before, I'm going to do it. Then I wouldn't have said anything. I'm like, yep, we're going to do this. And that's the goal. It's just to have the confidence of just like,
yeah. So if you had to pinpoint, like, I don't know, like 3 things that you want, for fitness, like what is that?
Okay. So definitely holding a handstand for a minute. I want to be able to do pull-ups because that's really important with lat strength.
Yeah.
I want to be able to do like, I don't even think I can do like 2 right now. I can do them with bands easily. Yeah. But I'm just, So
pull-ups are hard.
I would like to be able to do like 10. Solid 10.
Yeah.
Would be great.
That's a good goal. It's counterintuitive though, because pull-ups make your handstand harder.
Really?
Yeah, because my lats are so tight.
Because you can do pull-ups.
Because because my goal last year, I haven't hit it, was hit 50 pull-ups straight. I hit 34.
Yeah, I remember that.
But then ever since I've been trying to go ham on pull-ups, like my handstands are way harder. Like I got to stretch out my lats and my shoulders way more. Just because of that. Yeah. The
hard thing is like with a lot of like acro movements, you have to be able to pull yourself up to then press. Yeah. So that's important.
That is
important. To be able to pull your body weight up. Like let's say I was on an apparatus or something.
Yeah. That's why when I see people at acro who are really good at handstands and really good at pulling, I'm like, you guys stretch. You guys stretch like hours a day because I stretch like, I don't know, like 10, 15 minutes a day, which is not enough. Because I know that how they're doing that, I'm like, that's super impressive, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
All right. Pull-ups, handstands. What's another one?
And then another one. Ooh, I had it. What was it? Well, I would love to be able to do some kind of, I don't know if it'd be a triathlon or some kind of race. Yeah. I've seen so many of my friends are training for marathons, and in my head, I'm like, that's impossible. I can't do that.
I did the 2019 marathon, and I couldn't run 2 miles when I started training for it.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like in my mind right now, it's like 5 miles. I'm like good. Yeah. So doing something that pushes my body beyond what I think I could do is like that's my thing. Like I love doing that. Yeah. But it's also like right now it seems like, oh my God, I could not do that. So eventually running some kind of race, whether there's the ones that like Spartan races, I think it'd be something a little bit more functional and dynamic than just like a marathon.
Yeah, I don't think Spartan races are that though. You're just kind of like going through mud, climbing through.
Maybe not that.
Those are kind of fun. Yeah, those are fun.
But there's ones that I have a few friends that do that have like the skiers. Yeah. And they have weighted burpees, and they have ball tosses, and then they also run.
I honestly think you would kill it at a CrossFit thing.
CrossFit? That's the funny thing. I've never tried CrossFit.
Yeah. Like for your endurance and how strong you are, I think you would kill it in a CrossFit meet.
Yeah, so maybe that. Something in that realm where I can actually test my fitness would be awesome.
Yeah, it's also good to know like where you're at compared to like other people. Yeah. Like because it shows you that you're because like I don't know, for me right now, like you could test your strength and stuff in like an F45 class, but that's like those are like normal people.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
Like it's fine. And so the coaches
then you hold back sometimes.
Yeah. And versus like if you're in a class and you know like you're on the bottom spectrum, you are gonna push yourself so hard to a point that you probably didn't even know you can do.
This is another reason why I go to these no-co workouts.
Oh yeah.
Because these people are ridiculous. I'm like, all right, I want to work out next to you. Yeah. Yeah. That's another part of it.
What are you most excited in your life right now? What are you most excited for in your life right now?
What am I most excited for?
Yeah.
I am most excited for, honestly, right now, learning how to surf. That is like, it's like a small part of my life, very small.
Yeah, that's super small.
Like, I don't know. I just love, like, I was surfing yesterday, so that's why that's on my mind. Yeah. So learning how to surf, something bigger. I'm excited to, when you're like on the verge of something, like something new is going to come. I don't know. I'm a very like energy person. So I know.
What do you mean energy person?
Like I know what I feel like before something's going to happen. Okay. So it's like I kind of I can read the room very well too. Sure. I feel like I'm kind of, in that spot where it's like, things have been the same for a little too long. So I'm going to like break free and do something. Yeah. So I'm excited just to see what that something is.
No.
Because, like, you don't always know what it's going to be. Like last year, I went to Maui and I didn't know I was going to do that. Like, something just kind of like comes to you.
You got a feeling.
But you kind of like have to also swim towards it too. So I think that's like where I'm at. And I'm excited to see where that takes me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that saying? Like, opportunity comes when work and preparation meet or something like that?
Exactly. Exactly. And when you're preparing for
life,
preparing for life and living life, you never know who you're going to meet, what's going to come next, and how everything is going to make sense in the end. I think that's the crazy thing sometimes 100%. Is how
it kind of doesn't make sense. It kind of doesn't make sense. I guess for, how you were saying earlier that like these little girls like look up to you or something like that. What is your advice to, because like we look up to people, but I'm sure there's people who look up to us, right? I guess what's your advice to, I guess, like little girls in Wisconsin or little girls anywhere who are like, oh, I'm told that I have to go to college, get my degree, and like do all that jazz, but I really want to be a dancer. I really want to be a fitness coach and help other people out with their fitness journey and so on and so forth.
I think one of the biggest things somebody told me a few years ago was they were so impressed of how I'm making my own path within being a dancer.
Yeah.
It's not all the same journey. No two people are going to have the same journey, and you don't know what that's going to be as you come out here. But if you want it, and if you work hard, and if you have some kind of goal in mind and little baby steps, you can make it happen. And whatever, you don't know what is going to happen and what that thing is going to be, but you can create your own path in doing it, and you can't have anybody say you're wrong in the path that you are taking to get there.
Yeah. Go explain more.
So,
what do you mean by that?
For me, I am a dancer. I danced when I got here. Also, when I was 18, became a personal trainer. I'm able to be out here and make my success not only through taking classes, having an agent, dancing, but also training, bettering myself. Yeah. The people that I meet while training and working out are connected to dance as well. A lot of the time. Everybody's in an industry.
But a lot of dancers don't go, don't have that fitness.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that other side.
Don't do that other side. So, also the amount of trust that is in somebody that is training you, it's a different respect, a different relationship. So sometimes when you are training somebody, they really respect you, and I've gotten other gigs through that alone. Also, I guess I was also in a dance fitness video. So got that job because I went into fitness. So my path is just like and you never know what's gonna happen next.
I guess my initial question was like, what's the beginning part? How do you get that girl to come out of Wisconsin? Like, oh, she's like nervous, doesn't want to leave because her parents don't want to, or they're telling her that that's not possible or anything like that. Like, how do you convince someone that like, oh yeah, it's possible, anyone could do it, like you could get out of that small town and become whatever you want to be, you know? Like, I guess like you had a supportive system, but with like family members who did that, but a lot of people don't.
So the biggest thing is just to have confidence in yourself, which is the hardest part. You have to know that if you have an inkling that you should do this, do it now, because if you fail, guess what? You're still living. You can still do whatever you want. There's plenty of people that came out here and they're dancers, and they met people that then drew them to a different aspect of their life, and they would have never gotten there without experiencing the dance. Or just like dance training is life training. Coming out here and being a professional dancer, you can do anything else you want in life. Like they say, it's harder to get on Broadway than to get on an NFL team.
Is that accurate?
Yeah. So if you work hard and you believe that you can do it, even if you're just taking small steps, you are doing it. You're trying it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work out exactly how you want it to, guess what? You're still living and you did the thing.
Yeah.
You came out here, you tried. If it's for 1 year, if it's for 5 years, if you end up being here for 50 years,
yeah,
whatever it is, you tried, and you can always say that you took the step.
Yeah. The biggest thing with that, with the you tried, like I pursued professional golf, right?
Yeah.
And I stayed at community college to do that. And I will forever know now that, oh, I won't be a professional golfer because I tried.
Yeah.
And I won't have, when I'm 60 years old, I won't be like, or 70 or 80, I won't be like, fuck, I wish I tried to be a professional golfer, you know?
Exactly. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I live how you want to live.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work out, then that's not how you're supposed to live, and other paths will come to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also with the money thing too, because everyone links what they do to money.
That's very true.
Right. And
you can't be a dancer for money. If that's what's bringing you to dance, that's not going to be where you're going to find it.
But the thing is, with anything, I feel like if you're really good at your craft or really good at your job, like money will come to you. Like it will definitely work. Like there's people online making money from having like Smurfs vlogs or like, you know, it's ridiculous. Like you could make money doing anything.
Yeah.
And you could fail and not make money doing something that you don't like to do. So you might as well fucking make money or pursue something that you enjoy, you know?
Yeah. And the certain people say, like, you know a lot about a little is a lot better than knowing a little bit about a lot. So if you kind of go into, all right, like you already know a lot about dance. That itself, those dance lessons was more than college is probably going to cost you. All of those years
college is pretty
up,
expensive, but yeah.
For my family, I don't know. All of the competitions, every single costume you got, every single convention, all the traveling. Yeah. Sometimes when you commit that much into it and you actually are like, yes, this is what I want to do, do it. Go for it. You already committed literally how many years to it? Or maybe you haven't. Maybe you haven't. And you should try it anyway. And you can always go and do something else. Time is not going to stop. Yeah.
Keep trying. Keep doing what you love. Yeah. I think that's it. Miss Caitlyn Moyer, everybody. Thanks for coming on, girl.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you. Where can everyone find you?
Everybody can find me, Caitlyn.Moyer on Instagram. That's CAITLYN.MOYER. And
personal training.
Personal training. I've got a website, www.CaitlynMoyer.com.
If you're wanting to get fit and get trained by Miss Caitlyn, go hit her up.
Yes.
All right. Peace, y'all. Bye.